Hello students, welcome to mathematics class. Students, this is part 4 of the chapter whole numbers. In this part 4, we will do discussion of homework what we have got in our previous session, and then we will go for solving questions from the exercise 2.1. First, this was the homework which I have given yesterday. 3 try these. 1 on adding whole numbers on number line. Second, subtracting whole numbers on the number line. Third, multiplying whole numbers on the number line. Now coming to the first try this. In this first try this, there are 4 numericals, in which first one I would like to show. I hope the rest of the 3 you might have done correctly if first one is done by you correctly. In the first one, 4 plus 5 is to be done using number line. Let us see how this addition of 4 and 5 is done. First, draw the line. After drawing the line, mark the points on it with uniform distance between each of those points, and name those points with the whole numbers as shown in the PowerPoint. After doing it, we will start from 4, one of the addend, then we will add 5 to that 4. So we will make jumps of 5 in number towards right. Very important here, towards right. How many jumps? Towards right. From where to start? These are the 3 important things while doing addition one should understand. Children, we have one of the addend giving us where to start, the other addend telling us how many jumps to be done. Since both the numbers are whole numbers and they are positive, so we will jump towards right. So jumping from 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, totally 5 jumps we have done, and we arrived at 9. Therefore the tip of the last arrow in the 5th jump is at 9. Therefore the sum of 4 and 5 is 9. This is how we will do addition on number line for the whole numbers. Now next try this subtraction of whole numbers on number line. Students, in this try this, there are 3 numericals in which I would like to do second one, that is 6 minus 2. So when we will do 6 minus 2, here also we will draw first a line, mark the points on it with uniform distance between them and labeling them with the whole numbers. Then important thing is start from the minuend. So we will start from the minuend and subtrahend number of jumps we will do, per jump being 1 unit. But where to jump? It is towards left. Since we are doing subtraction, we need to jump towards left. So starting from 6, we will jump for 2 jumps. So 6 to 5, first jump, then 5 to 4, second jump. So finally we arrived at 4. So the answer 6 minus 2 is 4. This 4 is called the difference. This is how we need to do subtraction of whole numbers on the number line. Now coming to the third try, this multiplication of whole numbers on the number line. So here again you have got 3 numericals and I would be doing third numerical, that is 4 into 2. Let us see how we will find 4 into 2. Here also you have to draw first line, marking points on it with uniform distance between them and labeling those points as whole numbers. Then very important step, in multiplication we always start from 0. It is fixed thing. We always start from 0. One of the multiplicand tell us what is the leap distance, how far we have to take a leap. So move 4 units at a time. That one leap will be of 4 units, and how many such moves to be done will be given by another multiplicand. So this is very important in multiplication. So starting from 0 with the 4 units as a one leap, I'll reach 0 to 4, and second leap 4 to 8, we will reach 8. So students, the answer to the 4 into 2 will be 8. This 8 is called the product. Now rest of the things you can cross check how you have done. I hope you understood these 3 operations on number line. Coming to the exercise 2.1. Students, here in the exercise 2.1, the first question is write the next 3 natural numbers after 10,999. So what are the next 3 natural numbers to it? The next 3 natural numbers means successors. So you need to find successor of this by adding 1. So the next three natural numbers after 10,999 are one more than that will be 11,000. Next one more than this 11,000, 11,001, and one more than 11,001 is 11,002. So these are the next. So we have totally these 3 numbers being next to 10,999. Next question. Write the 3 whole numbers occurring just before 10,001. So which means we are finding predecessors which come before this. We can find by subtracting one from previous one. So similarly you write the working step. The 3 whole numbers occurring just before 10,001 are, write the same way the working step. I will write only the numbers. Before 10,001 we will have 1 less than that being 10,000, and 1 less than this 9,999, and 1 less than this is 9998. So these are the three numbers just before 10,001 we will have. So write with working steps. Now question number 3. Third question is, which is the smallest whole number? You know, whole number starts from 0. 0 is the smallest whole number. Write with working steps. The smallest whole number is 0. Fourth question. How many whole numbers are there between 32 and 53? Students, if you want to find the number of whole numbers lying between any two given whole numbers will be just a difference. So difference of this will give us 11. So like when it comes to the how many whole numbers are there between 3 and let's say 7, so difference between them will give us 4. Here what we have got, 4, 5 and 6. These are the three whole numbers lying between 3 and 7. Difference between them give us 4. So 1 less than the difference between any two whole numbers will give us how many whole numbers are there. So you can say there are 10 whole numbers between 32 and 53. This way you can conclude. So I explained you with one simple logic. Between any two whole numbers, if you are finding how many are there, you have to find the difference, and 1 less than that difference will give us how many whole numbers are there between those two whole numbers. Next, question number 5 is, write the successor of following numbers. You know how to find successor. The successor of, you take any number. For example, if I take first one only, 2 4 4 0 7 0 1 is, how do you read this number? We need to give points. If you are reading in Hindu Arabic system, 24,40,000 by adding 1 to this 24,40,701 will give us successor. So 24,40,701 plus 1 will give us 24,40,702. It is the successor. So any number, if you want to find successor to it, add 1 to the number, you will get the successor. So do for the rest of the numbers similarly how I have done. Question number 6. Question number 6 is, write the predecessor of the following numbers. See children, here if you want to find out predecessor, similarly you need to subtract 1 from the given number. So the predecessor of, let's say here I am taking last one, 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. How do we read this? We will give points in Hindu Arabic system. 76 lakh 54,321. If you want to find predecessor from the number, subtract 1. If you subtract from that 1, you will be left over 1 minus 1 0, rest of the digits comes as it is. So the predecessor of this 76,54,321 is 76,54,320. So we can find like this for the rest of the 3 numbers also. Do it on your own. Now coming to the 7th question. In the 7th question, in each of the following pairs of numbers, state which whole number is on the left side of the other number on the number line. Also write them with the appropriate sign. This is read as greater than. It is read as greater than. So the other will be smaller than or less than. So this appropriate symbols to be used. Now first coming to the 530. Students, you know here 503 less than 530, or you can write 530 is greater than 503. This is one part. Now who is on the left? Very simple, smaller fellow always be left. We can say in this case 503 is on the left of the number 530. So we can write this one. Number 503 is on the left side of the number 530 on the number line. So this is how we write. So for the rest of the things, you do it on your own. Coming to the question number 8. In question number 8, we are given some following statements and we need to state those statements are true or false. Okay, read the sentences or statements properly. Decide wisely whether that statement is true or false. Okay, coming to the first one. 0 is the smallest natural number. First of all, is 0 is a part of natural number? No. When 0 is not a part of the natural number, then 0 cannot be the smallest natural number. So it is false. Next, second one. 400 is predecessor of 399. If I am calling 400 as predecessor of some number, it should be less. Is 400 less than 399? No, it is more. So it is not predecessor, it's a successor. Because it is one more, not one less. So it's a false. Next, third one. 0 is the smallest whole number. Yes, 0 is the smallest whole number. So it is true. Fourth one. 600 is the successor of 599. Obviously it is one more than 599. So it is true. Fifth one. All natural numbers are whole numbers. Yes, whole number set includes natural numbers. So all natural numbers are part of the whole numbers. It is true. Coming to the sixth one. All whole numbers are natural numbers. No, it is not true. 0 is a whole number but not a natural number. So all whole numbers cannot be called as natural numbers. It is false. Seventh one. The predecessor of a 2-digit number is never single digit number. Read once again. The predecessor of a 2-digit number is never a single digit number. See, what is the predecessor of 10? So predecessor of 10 is 9. That means it is a single digit. So what the statement says is a false. So remember, you have to think for the statement why it is true, why it is false. If you think that way, and if you could quote this sort of example, what makes the given statement false, we call providing counter example. So we will look for reasons for the falseness or truthfulness of a given statement. So by providing counter example, you can disprove the statement. So this is all the terminologies which you will be using later stages in geometry. So for your knowledge, I just said this predecessor of 10, which is 9, is disproving the statement. We call this example as a counter example. Okay. Now coming to the 8th one. 1 is the smallest whole number. Never. It is false again. Why? 0 is there in whole number set to call it as the smallest. So 1 is not the smallest whole number. It's a false statement. Next, 9th statement. The natural number 1 has no predecessor. The natural number 1 has no predecessor is true provided in the natural number set. Natural number 1 has no predecessor in the natural number set. This must be the full sentence. The natural number 1 has no predecessor in the natural number set. If they say like this, we will say now true. Okay. So he must be expecting us to say true, but sentence is not full. So it is supposed to be like this. Anyway, sometimes textbook also can have this sort of redundancy in the questions. Don't worry, you have a complete knowledge. With this, you understood sentence supposed to be full when we write this way. So now the answer is true. Yes, natural number 1 has no predecessor in that set only. In general, 1 has a predecessor, whereas that predecessor of 1 is 0, and 0 is there in whole number set, with which we started our topic, whole numbers. Now coming to the 10th sentence or statement. The whole number 1 has no predecessor. It is false. Why? Because he is expecting us to say the whole number 1 has no predecessor in the whole number set. That means it is false. 0 is there in the whole number set, which is predecessor of 1. So it is again need to be a full sentence. Anyway, presuming that he is saying whole numbers, that means he is asking us to take in the whole number set. Okay, so this is a false statement and the above statement is true statement. And now coming to the 11th statement. 11th statement is the whole number 13 lies between 11 and 12. It is obviously false. It is after 12. not between 11 and 12. Next, 12th statement. The whole number 0 has no predecessor. Whole number 0 has no predecessor in the whole number set. This is what he means. So in the whole number set, predecessor to 0 is not there. It is true. But in general, 0 has a predecessor. 0's predecessor is 1 less than 0, which is minus 1. That gives another set of numbers or another types of numbers. You will be learning in this class 6th only, later as integers, as a separate chapter. Now, coming to the last statement 13 of the question number 8. The successor of a 2-digit number is always 2-digit number. It is, once again, you have to have a counter example thinking it is false. Why it is false? Because the successor of 99 is 1 more than 99, which is 100, and it is 3-digit number, but he says it is always 2-digit number only. So this is counter example. So children, I discussed with you all the questions of exercise 2.1. You can note down these questions and answers and make it a notes as an exercise work. You have used exercise book for writing first chapter exercises when Kiran sir was teaching you. No harm, you continue in the same notebook, but start with a new page with the title whole numbers. Beneath of that, exercise 2.1, you must write question and answer. Compulsory question must be written. I will not give any homework for today. I give you the only work of writing exercise 2.1 in your exercise notebook with a neat legible handwriting along with the question and answer to it. So with this, I will wind up this session. Jai Hind. Thank you.